right, Shalom, Laha Alahayim, peace to the gods, Nawathan, Kal, Halalimla, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Hakwadash, giving all praises to Yahweh. In the name Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit, double honors unto the elder apostles, elder bishops, and the heads and elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do well, who I've learned this 100% truth from, who are the true leaders of all Yasha Allah, Israel today. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Bayath, Dawayat, the Tabernacle of David, the House of David, those predestined spirits of election scattered abroad. This is your brother Tazapani of the Great Millstone, Washington, D.C. camp. Adawan Ratazal, Lord willing. This quick hit exhortation is edifying unto the elect. So we're going to get right into it. It's going to be a Acts chat, right? Chat GPT. Amongst the early year proclamation from Elder Pastor Har with 2026 to be the year of apostasy, agents, and sellouts. As you could see with the whole Genesis crew and making a complete 180. Tazar Yak, right? The content creator, ISUPK, IUIC, Sons of Thunder, right? These so-called affiliate groups, all right, and not wanting to be under the order. So you think is everything is of the spirit, right? So when I was listening to Elder Apostle Orion Lob's live that he's driving right now with the elder Damasha Pot. I forgot the other brother's name that's in the back, but he made a statement, and this precept came to my mind, counting the cost, because you got brothers that claim to give double honors, or it's through speech, but they're not giving double honors in the way that they act. Meaning, because remember, it's not you're giving double honors, but the scripture says, "Give double honors unto them that rule well." When you understand that word "rule," right, it is literally dominion and authority over you, meaning they tell you what to do. Okay, that's what rulership is. But you don't want to come under that rulership. How are you really honoring that person? So when I was hearing the live and how these talks of how, again, and it's these men that was, the so-called affiliate camp, they're older than me in age, but then spiritually, you know what I'm saying, they're on a very low level because they didn't eat the whole roll. You didn't count the cost of this truth, which there's a spiritual implication towards that. So what I did, I looked it up in the scriptures, Luke chapter 14, verses 27 through 30, and I asked ChatGPT to break it down. So this is what ChatGPT said, right? So I'm gonna read it. I'm got my iPad right here. It says, here's a scriptural line by line breakdown of Luke 14, 27 through 30, keeping Israelite context and using the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai as you prefer. Because when this AI shit, right? You have to tell it what to do. It's not a living person. It doesn't think for itself. So it will give you things. So I use it as a tool, right? So Luke chapter 14, verse 27 through 30, King James Version. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Hence, my topic. of this video. These men began to build and was not able to finish. And what I mean by that is you came into this thing knowing the standard of those that you're claiming to give double honors to, right? There is a standard of, remember, you asked Chat GPT without even constructing it to respond the way you wanted to do. They said Great Millstone is the premier camp out of all the Israelite camps when it comes to prophecy. Now, in Revelation, it says that the testimony or witness, those are synonymous words in the Greek, of Yahweh Shai in Revelation 19, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So those that Great Millstone being the one that is the premier camp of prophecy shows you that we're the ones that has the true witness or true testimony, right, of Yahweh Shai, man. All right. And this breakdown is going to basically prove it. So it gives a verse by verse breakdown like I asked it to. Verse 27, bearing the cross. Whosoever doth not bear his cross cannot be my disciple. Cross is not Christianity jewelry or generic hardship. In Roman occupied Judea, the cross meant public shame, loss of status, persecution, possible death. Yahweh Shai is saying, if you are not willing to suffer reproach, loss, or persecution for the truth, you're not fit to follow me. You see? So it's a reproachful thing to have to sacrifice what you know you can do or accomplish in this world when it comes to a career or job or whatever it may be, and you having to dumb it down, as they would say in the world, in order to allocate extra time to this truth. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to suffer loss, if you're not willing to be persecuted, you're not fit to follow him. You see? So being able to take out time to do videos, to study, right? And making up excuses that you need money to do the, and yes, money is a defense. But that's why in Ecclesiastes it says wisdom is a defense and money is a defense, but the excellency. See, nobody's trying, when I say nobody, these men are not trying to excel. There's a reason why there's certain brothers that are diligent. Now, everybody has their different type of talents, right? However, whether it be the one talent, the three talent, five, seven talents, whatever it may be, all of these men with various different amounts of talents, right? Or potency of faith, or however you want to put it, right? Gifts, spiritual gifts, right? Are still going to strive for excellency with the gift that they have been given. So going back to Ecclesiastes, I'm roughly paraphrasing here. Matter of fact, I could just do it. I got it right here on the iPad. Type in defense. I think it's with a C. Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge. See, remember, knowledge puffeth up, as it says in the book of Corinthians, right? So, but if knowledge puffs you up, you didn't reach the excellency of knowledge, because wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Do you see, yo, and big ups to all the elders, but I'm not gonna, name names, so to speak, but the elder know men learn the breakdowns, but they don't understand them enough to for it to be applicable in their day-to-day lifestyle. They think that this is like some type of you know, 7 p.m. trivial game show or some shit to have all of the knowledge and all of this, you know, like this thing is about life or death, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Do you have a full which they don't, but do you, it's a rhetorical question. Do you have a full understanding of how severe and deep this truth is and what we're set up to do, Lord willing, we're of that number in the future, man, and specifically right now. It says the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Money ain't going to give you life. And see, we understand because faith is a gift. It really is a gift. And the parables at Yahweh Shah, you could read them over and over again. You could know them. But every time you read them again and you actually go through experiences, then it sheds a new light. It peels back another layer of the onion of understanding. And this is why we would never be on the level of the apostles. Unless you can stop them from aging and then somehow America don't get destroyed and you can just gain experience for 40 years while without them eight, like you're not going to be on that level. So we are entering into other men's labors, as the scriptures say, you see, and this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it gives life unto them that actually has it, not the facade of having it, because that's what's going on. And this is why 2026, the year of apostasy, agents, and sellouts, has been named through the Spirit. You see, because you can have the name of Yahweh Shai, Lord, Lord, move far from me, for I never knew you. There's a lot of people that's using the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, but don't know the Lord, don't know them. So going back, right? Yahweh Shai is saying for verse 27, if you're not willing to suffer reproach, loss, or persecution for the truth, you're not fit to follow me. This was spoken to the Israelites, not the world. It's about commitment to the covenant truth, not casual belief. You're not committed, bro. And I'm talking to myself first and foremost. This is why self-examination is key in this thing. You have to constantly examine yourself through the spirit, you know? And if you don't, the Lord, I mean, he's doing it anyway, but the Lord going to do it. And what I mean that is that situations is going to happen into your life for things to be exposed. Remember Luke 12:1 or 12:2, right? For there's nothing hid that shall not be revealed, roughly paraphrasing. So if you fake in the funk and you hide in the fact that as if you have faith, that you an Israelite, right? And you're under the banner of great millstone, but you're not. Remember, can two walk together unless they be agreed? How you going to be walking with other brothers or claim to be in the same beliefs, right? The 100% truth as y'all claim, but you're not doing the same things that other brother is doing, which is relative. Like I said, there's more brothers is more diligent than others, and when I say diligence, it's not necessarily on a level of how many videos you doing, but you have to always be in the spirit that you got to do more, man. Like, does brothers want the kingdom? you know, are you, or this is just something entertainment to put on the back burner, and when you feel like it, you feel like it. Or I'll get to it later, or I got this to do and that to do. No, man. Verse 28, counting the cost, intending to build a tower, counteth the cost. A tower in Israelite society symbolized defense, authority, Responsibility. Watchmen. All right. In Corinthians, I'm going to get it right now. It says, woe unto me. First of all, we supposed to be preaching by what? By necessity. You was called into this thing, right? Trying to hurry up for time's sake. Woe, preach. 1 Corinthians 9:16. For though I preach the gospel, brothers is preaching the gospel, double honors. I have nothing to glory of. Right. So why are we glorifying in the fact that you could get your tripod out, put the garment on, get the 12 tribe sign out, have brothers standing next to you, and you feeling like, yeah, I'm actually doing the work of the Lord. But it says what? For necessity is laid upon me. This is a necessary thing for a prophet because you can't, the spirit of the prophets is subject unto a prophet. Roughly paraphrasing. Jonah tried to get away from his lot. What happened with him? Jeremiah tried to get away with his lot, but it was a fire within him. He had to prophesy. You cannot. So that means that if you're not a prophet, you can't try to jump into the lot of a prophet. Because a prophet is going to have that feeling. They see things, they see the news, they scrolling on social media, something pops up. Instead of saying, man, I should do a video on that, they're gonna say, oh shit, nah, this is a good video, right? This will edify the sheep. All right, let me look at the time. Yeah, I got a 15-minute window. Boom, boom, boom. Line it up. Da 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 da. Rather than push it, you know what I mean? Like, this is why the Elder Apostle Rama says, strike while the iron's hot, man. You feel me? Because the spirit is like a fire. It says, yea, woe, destruction is unto me if I preach not the gospel, man. That scripture is a super cut for any, like, if you slacking, read 1 Corinthians 9:16. Destruction is going to be unto me if I don't preach, but yet I'm out there on the highways and hedges like a prophet. You see, this thing is, we're faith-based Israelites. You see what I'm saying? We believe we those men in the reincarnation. If you believe that, you're going to be moving as such. You know what I'm saying? Actions speak louder than words. People say that in the world, right? Continuing on. Spiritually, the tower equals building yourself into the doctrine, the truth, and walk. Yahushua is warning. Don't step into this truth emotionally, socially, or temporarily without understanding the consequences. Yahushua is warning. Don't step into this truth emotionally, socially, or temporarily without understanding the consequences. Do you know the consequences, man? Because y'all claim y'all out, you shouldn't be out there teaching if you haven't ate the whole roll and understand it. Now there's levels of understanding, but you're supposed to grow in understanding. As the truth costs family relationships, reputation, financial comfort, acceptance, safety. And the biggest one it seems to see like is the financial comfort. Now, why else is Great Millstone the only main camp that pushes the truth when it comes to the mark of the beast, being the RFID chip, because of the specific quote of buying and selling? There is going to be men in Great Millstone that is not really of Great Millstone that will take the chip. And I've heard that from the apostles, man. Imagine that you teaching day in and day out to this is the mark of the beast. Don't take it. If you take it, you're gonna be destroyed. And then the financial discomfort that's going to come when they push the MOTB. Imagine doing something you know is fucking wicked, man. That's wicked as fuck. We don't want to be in that spirit, man. Putting out their hand, crying, knowing that for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it may be, they was teaching against this, and then they doing it because they folded like a wet napkin, you know? So I'm constantly praying without ceasing to stay, like they say in the world, stand on business, 10 toes down, you know? Continuing on, verse 29, foundation without endurance. Laid the foundation and is not able to finish. The foundation equals hearing and accepting the truth. The problem is not starting, but not enduring. Man, many Israelites wake up, learn the name, learn their identity, learn prophecy, but fold when pressure comes, man. One of my favorite scriptures in Proverbs. Let's get it. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and 10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. The day of adversity is the hour of temptation in a prophetical lens. Fainting is making a consensual decision to allow them to put a RFID C-hip in your hand or the BCI in your head. And that means that you wasn't strong spiritually and you wasn't of the elect. It's because the elect is not going to take it. You see? So if you bitching over little things that we dealing with, because that's ultimately what it is. It's just some little shit. Yeah, we complain, brothers drink, you know what I'm saying? You know, you fall down, you get up, you keep pushing, keep pushing. I can do all things, Philippians 4:16, I can do all things through Hamashiach Yahushua who strengthens me, man. And so if you, that means that you're trying to say Yahushua's strength is small. If you can't handle when we not even in the midst of the magnitude of the Jacob's trouble, son. Continuing on. Almost done. This ties directly to apostasy, you see, and that's how I said it's in the spirit that Elder Apostle Tahar did 2026, the year of apostasy, agents and sellouts. It says falling away when persecution, agents, or comfort tests you. You see what I'm saying? And that Matthew chapter 13 parable dealing with the stony ground and things of that nature is spiritual, man. Verse 30, public shame and mockery. This man began to build and was not able to finish. In ancient Israel, unfinished work equals